What is going on, everybody? So there might be a possible change in plans for the next WWE champion. It has been noted before by me in recent news videos that I've done before and other news articles that you've seen on the internet that before Seth Rollins went down with an injury, it was said that Roman Reigns would win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship before heading into WrestleMania season, and they were possibly building up this Reigns-Rollins feud. It seems like it was going that way, and then unfortunately Rollins got injured and he was going to be out, or he is going to be out for 6 to 9 months, possibly more on 9 months. Even though that happened, it was still planned and expected that Roman Reigns would still capture the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series, but over the past couple days, it seems like WWE Creative may be leaning more on Dean Ambrose than on Roman Reigns this time around. According to a bunch of different reports, the WWE Creative have started to give this push to Dean Ambrose to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion at Survivor Series instead of Roman Reigns. Now, it's still unseen if Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose would have the same feud that Rollins and Reigns had going up to WrestleMania season. All I know at the moment is the reports are saying that they are pushing for Dean Ambrose. Now, just because they want Dean Ambrose doesn't mean it's going to happen. Ultimately, the decision comes down to Vince McMahon, and I think it would be better if Dean Ambrose captured the World Heavyweight Championship as opposed to Roman Reigns, because you might want to leave that Survivor Series with a good taste in your mouth, and people love Dean Ambrose and they would love to see that. Plus, Ambrose hasn't really won the championship fair yet. He stole it from Rollins, but he hasn't won it fair yet, so I would go on Dean Ambrose. Next up, we have John Cena reveals the reason he took time off from the WWE. The reason is because he is now a host to a new TV show on Fox, a reality TV show called American Grid, a new TV series guiding 16 contestants through military and survival-themed challenges. Now, if you're a fan of reality TV and you like John Cena, or you semi-like him, you just don't hate him, then you might want to watch the show because it sounds interesting if you are into reality TV. Me, not so much. Never been the biggest fan of those Survivors, the one where they do challenges on the island, Real World, or any one of the real something. I've never been the biggest fan of them, so I'm probably not going to watch this, but good on John Cena that he's doing other things besides WWE, because looking at the internet, they were kind of tired already of seeing Cena every single Monday night open up Raw, and I guess I understand it. It might be a little oversaturation, but you know, this is the reason he takes time off. This is the reason a lot of people take time off, so people can get introduced to other wrestlers and then they can come back and it could be this big welcoming home type thing. And good on John Cena. Next up was the idea of bringing up Reed Flair on this past Monday night episode of Raw. Charlotte's idea. A source tells Uproxx, which is a pretty good, reliable site, that yes, it was her idea to bring Reed up, her brother, in the promo, because pro wrestlers sometimes have a way of dealing with tragedy by turning it into fiction, where it can draw out real emotions and add fire to their performance. It very much felt like Charlotte was shaken up when Paige mentioned her brother during the promo. Felt uncomfortable, and I'm not alone on that. A lot of people have stated that it did feel a little uncomfortable, and it really is a 50-50 mix down the middle. Some people didn't like it, some people thought it was distasteful, and some people liked it because it made Charlotte look more heroic and it added that realism to it. I'm kind of on the side that I lean more with it was a little distasteful, but you know, what are you gonna do? WWE Creative have already done it. The only thing they can do is probably just not mention it again and just forget about it, because so many people have talked about it saying that it was pretty distasteful, and they probably just won't mention it again. I mean, I can see it being Charlotte's idea that she wanted to bring up her brother in the promo, but I can't tell you a reason why she did it because I'm not that person to do it. Someone in her family would be the person to tell you a reason why she did it. Someone like Ric Flair, her father, or even her mother. Next up, we have James Storm teases Raw appearance. Last time I said James Storm teased a possible Survivor Series appearance. Now James Storm teased again on Twitter about a possible Raw appearance after Survivor Series. He took to Twitter, posted a picture that said Raw will be in Nashville, Tennessee next Monday. He said, well. Hashtag sorry about your damn luck. It all makes it seem, and people are speculating that he is gonna make an appearance. He could make an appearance at Survivor Series in that traditional Survivor Series tag match because no participants have been announced. Possibly could be one and then come on Raw. That would be very interesting, but as of right now, who knows really? It's just a bunch of people speculating. And lastly, Ric Flair comments on the Paige Charlotte angle that happened on this past Monday night episode of Raw. Ric Flair on his recent podcast basically stated nobody called him about it. Here are some of the quotes really quick though. Obviously, I have an opinion, but I'm afraid to voice it because I don't want anything to affect Ashley's career. Ashley being Charlotte, I know that Hunter and Stephanie and Michael Hayes have her back. I don't think she feels she's comfortable enough to say no to anything yet. She's only been up there 3 months, and I've never heard a word about it. I started crying when I was watching it. Nope, nobody called me. I can't believe nobody gave him an advance call saying that they were going to mention Ric Flair. You know, being Ric Flair, being the man, you think they would have. He is still signed with WWE with the Legends contract. You think they would have just called him up saying, yo, we're going to bring this up and whatnot. Maybe it wasn't Charlotte's idea. Maybe it was WWE Creative's idea, and that's why he didn't get a call, because they didn't want to ruin it or anything. I don't know. It just sucks because he really felt it emotionally, and he wasn't prepared to hear something like that. I wish they would have called him at least. Dang.